Back at Patina headquarters, back from the promised land. Shout out to my boy Rose. Shout out to 57 Freddy, the biggest car show in America. And we brought home 2 trophies.
I saw your shit online. You the that was getting a haircut in the middle of the cars. Yeah.
Wait, don't tell me you guys were the Patina Collective.
We're the Patina Collective.
Brought 8 unicorns, never been seen before.
I follow Rick Ross on social media, and I had seen him post that he's having a car show at his house. I've always wanted to meet him in a certain capacity, you know, as an artist and as a car collector and everything. We have a lot in common, so we jumped on the opportunity.
Originally booked 5 cars.
Yeah.
And then what happened is that we realized we needed more guys to come so we could have, you know, a truck filled up. Our boy Millionaire, Sess, is killing it out there.
Yeah, shout out to Millionaire Transport, man, doing it big right now.
And then we had 2 more cars we could bring.
Because we had so much going on, I never even talked to Daniel about how many tickets, but then we realized like 2 or 3 days before the show, we had 2 more slots to fill if we wanted them. We were gonna just use the spots, maybe give them to our homie Slang, who was out there. Shout out to the homie Slang. But ultimately, we had decided to bring the 2 Maybachs that we had and drive them up, since we never ever drive them. So I said, what better opportunity than to drive them 500 miles each way, all the way to Atlanta, all the way to the promised land. And of course, Rick Ross, MMG, Maybach music, it made perfect sense. That day, I did not see another Maybach there, so.
Not an old school, not original.
Not a W240, you know, original 04, 03 to 07, 08, 2012 Maybach. Had Bradley and Julio jump in the Maybachs. They drove them down. It took them a long time to get there.
Me and Julio literally drove all night.
They kept stopping at every like sideshow fucking attraction on the way. Like
And
they
I
want to
heard-
stop at every Buc-ee's, look at the fireworks for sale. Like, just go.
So they
like,
got
what are
there,
they doing?
They got there at 8 in the morning the next day, which was very confusing to us. We originally were gonna bring down the gold Gullwing, but so we had to do a plan B and use the black Gullwing, which had already problems with the pump.
We saw that the pump has been relocated to the middle of the trunk, but it's supposed to be under the battery cover.
This is an actual like a manual depressurize valve for the system because we couldn't depressurize the system. Like, the door would not close. So I think someone made some modifications and they just left this off.
Some days it works perfectly, some days both doors go up, some days only one door goes up, some days no doors go up. So we were kind of gambling with that all the way to the last second, literally on Ross's property, like, okay. So we had to have Julio jump on the black car, get it looking right.
Here till late at night.
Yeah, we had like maybe 48 hours before we leave. Like he was there like weekends at night, got the car right last second. We got them all shipped out. It ended up winning the best BBS, the Gullwing, the one that wasn't supposed to be in the show. So that's why, guys, when things go down and you think it's something bad, sometimes it goes down for a reason. So you always gotta wait and see. Everything happens for a reason. The Brabus Maybach, ever since we had it, it never had good paint. One day I just said, oh, let's just do this Maybach right now. We got Gabriel here from Restore Effects. He's gonna be working on the Brabus Maybach. How you doing?
I do clear coat restoration. If you see this fading.
The Maybach is done, it's right here. How about you and Brad drive the Maybachs down to Atlanta? And then we have the Maybachs to drive around there and we put them in the show.
We lit, bro, we lit. I ain't gonna, pulling over in Maybachs, bro.
All things hip.
We're here in the promised land, Rick Ross's house, and I mean the biggest ever meets the biggest ever, so. We at Rose's crib, in the Maybachs though.
Suspension got work, but it was great. They glided over that.
And those cars are amazing, and honestly, the Maybachs were perfect because they're like little offices we had out there. We could just go chill in them, turn on the AC.
So key just to get the cars off and here, and then just put a tuck, and then once you get them off, we can run them over.
They let us park there, we were not supposed to. We pulled up the 18-wheeler in front of Ross's house, started unloading.
Shout out to Rari, our girl out there, Ross's house helping us. Thank you so much, girl, appreciate it.
We got the Patina Collective here. We got Rari from Venher here, the biggest.
The biggest.
The biggest and the baddest, okay?
Okay, so when we were there, we saw all the cars that were already there, and we kind of knew it was almost the American show at this time, because we're there to unload. Probably by this point 150 cars had unloaded maybe, so we were there kind of early. So as they start coming out of the truck, it kind of hit us like, oh my God, These things are beautiful, they're gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
even, it was like seeing them all over again for the first time.
Right.
Never seen,
They said
never,
it's some shit I never seen
before. Disgusting. Don't pay attention to it, don't even look at it. I'm a pretty reserved guy, but I just started getting so excited about the fact these
As
cars
you
are there.
should, bro.
As I
As
should,
you
they're
should.
gorgeous. It looked amazing.
This is
And when
insane.
that
Never
red
seen, never seen.
and when that red C124 came out, it just
Man.
shocking.
Yeah, it would be dope. Like,
You know what? I saw your shit online. You the nigga that was getting a haircut in the middle of the cars. I seen it online.
Yeah.
What you want for that right there?
It's not for sale, my brother.
Everything for sale. Talk to me. Just think about it. I'm gonna go get me a turkey leg and I'm gonna come back. Just let me know. That bitch right there. I'm gonna come back and check all your shit out. I love what you're doing.
Thank you, my brother.
And I already let you know by me letting you know. I done been looking at your shit. You got some fly shit.
Thank you, bro.
Don't stop.
I got 300 Benzes. We open the museum. You gotta come check it out.
I got to.
Biggest meet the biggest. I mean,
You took that picture in the middle of the street. That bitch was beautiful.
man, he been watching it.
You've been watching.
All right, okay.
Yeah, this real.
You tapped in. Vintage Best Collector. You see it?
No, it's real. I really love that car, homie. I looked at that bitch for about 4 days in a row. That bitch, nah. All right, we're gonna talk.
And I had to tell him nothing for sale, because like I said, guys, it's not just an album, it's a lifestyle. Told him, you know, come by whenever, let's chop it up. And we still got to do that. So shout out to Ross. And he was a very hospitable guy, man. Let everybody,
Very humble, hospitable.
yeah, let everyone come on his property, and just very cool guy. We really appreciate everything he's done for the culture and for everybody.
And like you look at it, he had so many cars out there.
Right.
So many people, the impact on people networking, the economy,
Yeah.
people that are all over the South, all over the U.S. that can never meet each other in any other way. It was beautiful. It was really special.
Yeah, Ross is a special person, man.
And like you told him, it's a museum, and so we're having curating a very special collection of these cars here. So as much as we know we can monetize, and the market's always going up on these things, and they're just so hard to find,
Right.
it's really more about keeping these very special cars for people to see, view, understand about the culture, understand about the history of Mercedes and history of Mercedes tuning.
Right.
But if someone like Ross comes along, we can always help him try to find, you know, something that makes sense
Yeah,
for him.
curating and building, and that's all possible.
this is the whole car show right here.
Yeah, that's true.
The pre-car show to the real car show.
Wow. You gotta come.
Everything Mercedes-Benz around here, man.
Hey,
Everything Mercedes-Benz around here.
you gotta come check us out in the show, bro. We got eight vintage Benzes.
Wait, don't tell me you guys with the Patina Collective.
We're the Patina Collective.
Wait, you are? Oh shit! Yo, Vigo and them motherfuckers here, bro. This shit is amazing. Just like, yo, this shit got me hyped right now, bro. Oh my god! Look at idol right here, bro.
We thought we were getting there kind of early, an hour before the show. Clearly a big mistake. Crazy bumper to bumper traffic, nothing was moving.
If you guys know anything about Atlanta, it's a pretty wide open place. When something's going on, places get real busy real fast, even if people have no intention of going in there or being there. Just to be around BC, being on the street, etc. So you can imagine thousands of people coming, trying to get down this one road. Traffic was crazy, the police were out there like crazy, and there's nothing they can really do about it aside from trying to make it better next year and keep people away who don't have tickets. Vico's like, nah, I gotta get out of here. This is whack, it's gonna take forever.
I already felt it. I felt like I'm gonna miss something, so
Yeah.
I had to jump out, and I just started walking. And then Daniel was the only one in the car because Millionaire went to McDonald's.
So I'm there driving the car while Vico hops out.
So I told him, I'm like, as soon as he gets back, just get out and let him drive. Pulled up to Rick Ross's house. I saw my boy 57 Freddy. He waved me in, said I'm good. I got in right away. I seen a homie on the golf cart. I told him, please, I need a ride down there. He said, hop in. Took me down. As soon as I hopped off,
There go my dog back out here. Tell him how many Mercedes you got.
we buy more every day.
Every day.
60 in transit right now. 60.
Tell him where they can see your IG at. My homie be stunting on his IG.
Vintage Benz Collector, the biggest ever do it, man. The Patina Collective. So shout out to Ross, man. Once again, showing love, doing things he doesn't really have to do, just putting on young brothers that's trying to make it. You know what I mean? So shout out to Ross, man.
All things hip.
So when we got there, they only had 400 tags for cars to be judged. About 1,000 cars showed up. They basically hand wrote tags for cars to be judged. So we're thinking, you know, 1,000 cars. We brought 8 rolled super heavy.
So for instance, like this is what they were putting on the front of the cars. This was on the red Koenig 129 we had out there. 2 out of our 8 cars won, and basically 2 out of 1,000 cars.
Mostly donks, some low riders, some modified trucks, a whole bunch of modified bikes. Really not a lot of European cars, and the categories weren't even broken up European versus American, so to come away with two wins was huge in that big of a field. The people came heavy. Guys who spent a lot of money in their cars, getting them customized, looking right. And it was crazy seeing that car culture down there and how much it means to people. It was just a beautiful thing, you know?
Yeah, like the hip hop culture and the car culture in one place. It was very unique. It was very different, a very cool event. We really look forward to next year. What I like the most about doing a show like this and you know, any other show we do is 9 times out of 10, this is gonna be the first time in your life that you're seeing these cars. A Gullwing SCC has never been seen in these streets, and to see people's reaction is very incredible, and we love it. And we look forward to doing many more shows like SEMA and whatever else we could do this year, next year. We're here at the Promised Land, my brother Rose, beautiful home, man. Tapping in with Johnny right now, Johnny Dang, you know what I mean?
Shout out to my boy Sean.
We're not wearing our jewelry today. Our necks,
we wore our jewelry all weekend.
Oh
God! So we heard that Johnny was there. I had a couple pieces. I need one of them redone. Vico has never had one before. He's like, hey, now I'm in Florida. I had to get legit, and it was a good chance to get some work done. So we hopped over to Sprinter Van where he was at. Everyone's looking like, what's happening here? It's a big crowd forming. Never met Johnny before, even though I bought a lot of stuff from him, and you ain't never met him before either, so it was a really good opportunity to see him and connect with him. Really amazing immigrant story, you know, so just so many inspirational stories coming out of this. You know, some people look at guys who are in that echelon and they kind of write them off because of how much money they have. It's a money thing. No, it's a lot of hard work, a big story behind it. From Ross to Johnny to Currency, all these guys, you know, worked really hard to get where they are, just like we're working hard to get where we are.
Then we said, you know what, Johnny, we got an 8-piece. You want to check it out? Me not even knowing that, you know, Johnny's really a car guy like that, but I guess he just wanted to show love to the collection. So he walked over, put on a spectacle when he got to our cars.
What's up, man? Where the boss at?
You know what I mean?
He was loving it. It was like I was like he's living back in his heyday because it's, you know, for us, the kind of the story of Benz and the prestige of it's also like an immigrant story, right? From all these countries, wherever you go, any kind of job you have and you want to make your way up, the Benz is like the hallmark car to say, okay, I've now made it and I've established myself. So
100%.
He was really kind of enthusiastic about it, so much that he spent maybe, you know, 15, 20 minutes going over these cars with us. And then at the end of it, he stood in front of the cars and did a piece for his people in Vietnam.
It was an honor to meet Johnny, and you know, for him to go out of his way and show us that much love was incredible.
It was crazy.
For a first time meeting him, he showed mad love to the Patina Collective, and we got to show the gratitude to him.
Yeah.
And we look forward to getting more pieces from him, and also getting my grills, my first grills. Shortly after that, I got word that Currency was at his cars nearby. So I went over and introduced myself, let him know I'm the vintage Benz collector. He just greeted me with open arms. He's like, oh shit!
And Sergio was getting an ice pop, so he missed it, but it's okay.
Yeah, Sergio missed the introduction, but get the camera. Where's Sergio? He's like, you got some cars here? I'm like, hell yeah, over there I got 8 cars. So he's like, let's go right away. He didn't even waste a second. He wanted to walk over and see what I got over there.
And I'm like wondering, where's Julio and Victor? Like, where'd they go?
Yeah.
And I all of a sudden see you guys with a crew of like 8 people walking super fast. I'm like, oh, is everything okay? What's happening? It's just the urgency and the excitement to finally see these cars. It was sick.
Yeah, Curren.
Oh, you see the widebody right hand drop from Scotland? You see the 2 Maybach 57 Brabus? You see the G-Wagon from Japan?
Hold on, bro.
SGS, I explained to him what SGS is. You know, and I explained to him about the new album I had, Nothing for Sale, and the lifestyle. And, you know, I'm talking about things that have never been said before in the rap game. And he really, really was tapped in, and he was really appreciating it. And I know he's a big car guy, so he really loved this stuff. And, you know, he even throws in Brabus in his songs, and he throws in, you know, D93s. And I was talking to him about that, saying, you know, I hear what you're saying, bro. You're talking my language, so that's why I need you to tap in. So shout out to Currency, shout out to Musa, real good people, man. Shout out to the whole Jet Life, you know what I mean? Nothing but love, nothing but respect for everybody. Spitta Andretti, one of the realest ones out there, for real. It was a a great event, man. It went really smooth. Everybody was there for the love of the cars. You know, you could tell it was a different vibe than like, you know, usual rap events where it's like a little tension. We weren't really there to compete. We were just there to push the brand and let people bring the awareness to the Patina Collective and bring awareness to these cars.
And honestly, what happened is that they really didn't publish any categories. We just knew it was going to be a top 5 award for the best, you know, American cars. We figured, okay, we wouldn't get anything.
100%, we thought it was all gonna be donks, and the top 5 were all donks, and that's what we expected, because that's what Ross is all about, and that's what the Miami culture is and Atlanta culture.
But there are all these other categories that we didn't even see coming, so it was a real surprise to us when they started saying, you know, listing all these categories and awards being held.
I already won first place when Ross pulled up and said,
yes,
I see you get the haircut in the showroom. I love what you're doing, and I want that one right there. I had looked at that picture for 4 days. I already knew where his heart was at, you know what I mean? So we already won big awards that day.
Yeah, that was huge.
So that's the fact right there.
I still shocked how they get some of these wheels in these cars, man. It's
crazy.
Insane.
Crazy.
Insane. And the paints
colors,
and colors,
the paints,
interiors,
everything was insane.
the matching steering wheel to the rim. So when we heard them announcing awards, so we decided just to walk up front and see what's going on. And they started just listing numbers. I don't know if it's a car show thing or not. I ain't really done one before.
Right. Like, we're not car guys. We don't go to car shows. This is essentially our first car show that we're ever in as far as competing or whatever, so.
Yeah.
Best luxury in the show, 141.
Yo.
Best luxury sport.
That's two awards. 850 BS. And 141 best luxury.
We didn't come to win, but we won 2 awards. We just came to represent.
So far, who knows?
Rose, man.
Satin auto details.
Shout out to my boy Julio, made the
Julio
first
special, killing it out here.
We got 2
We winning.
This was great, man. We got to bring home 2 trophies. So we just want to thank everybody for coming out, man. Everybody for showing love. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, 57 Freddy, man. Shout out to my brother, 57 Freddy, who made it happen, man. And we look forward to going next year again.
All the staff at the show.
Yeah.
The staff at the show was amazing. People were giving out free water. They're trying to make sure everyone was happy, hydrated. It was a great. If you have a chance to get to it, no matter where you're from, what cultural background you are, if you love cars and you love hip hop and you're with Ross, go to this car show next year. It's gonna be blessed.
Guys, thanks for checking out this video. We will be releasing a longer video, way more in depth and way more crazy. So stay tuned.